Hey guys, Mathel here once again, and I just wanted to make a little bit of a video to talk about some of the things that I kind of want to start with, or I'm thinking of starting with in the new point 3 PoE 2 patch. Specifically, just a couple of things I'm looking to get baited by, and maybe just, yeah, think I might start. And then also kind of want to go over some of the builds I have played in PoE 2 up to this point, and what I think was really good, worth playing, and maybe still going to be worth playing in the future. So to begin with, as you can see in the background here, Hollow Palm. So we're talking unarmed attacks monk. So the quarterstaff skills in general all are pretty damn cool, and I really enjoyed starting a monk to begin with when PoE 2 first showed up. This time around, we can do them as unarmed, and that might be really super cool. It looks super fun. The problem is, does it have the scaling? No idea. No one really knows. We're just gonna have to go in, find out, and see how it goes. And that's probably what I'm going to do on day one. Just lead the way. I mean, I'm sure many people will as well, but for my little community, lead the way in trying to figure out what Hollow Palm can do and if it's worth playing. And on top of that, probably go the Chonk playstyle. Chonk did have a good few little changes here or there that, made it a bit more worth taking, hopefully, because it's got some cool nodes where you're going to do all kinds of your chaos damage can shock, ignite, freeze. There's going to be more chaos damage. I'm probably going to look into the darkness mechanic for the first time. And there's better ways of stacking your actual chaos little bubble damage things as well. And leech might be easier. So basically, I'm just going to probably do a chunk, probably go unarmed as soon as I can, and then see what the scaling's like and figure out how much fun I can possibly have. Trying to do this without much gear before all the cool uniques and stuff, and yeah, just see if Chonk really has more legs than it did before, because I played Chonk, Acolyte of Chiola, monk once before, and it was a bow character, and it was an okay ascendancy. It was okay, like it wasn't as bad as everyone made it out to be. It shouldn't be the least played thing ever, but it wasn't anything great. It was just okay. So I think with some good changes, it should probably be a lot cooler and more playable. And those changes are like already listed. We can see them. I'm much more of a visual and hands-on kind of a learner, so like I see there's some potential there, but until I'm actually in there and trying stuff out and see it how it is, I won't really have too much of a concept or a grasp of exactly how good it'll be. On top of that, the very next thing that they posted and showed off was going to be the Sorc changes, and I think that's probably the second coolest looking thing of the patch for me. Like these infusions, the Sorc with more of an elementalist style playstyle looks like it'll be pretty fucking cool. Like you can do lots of different combos and spells, and it's just going to be a bit of a free-for-all for figuring things out. You're going to try lots of different spells. You're going to be able to try lots of different infusions, what combos well with what, and I think it'll be pretty flexible and also very just potentially super cool playstyles. So those would be the two things that I most want to do to begin with, but I think I'm going to do Chiola Monk fisting action, just because, yeah, it seems like the coolest and probably hardest to get off the ground to begin with. But on top of that, Essence Drain is actually really good as well. So as I was messing around, I don't think I could show off any here. As I was messing around during just a little bit of prep work, a little bit of getting back into the game, I did start a little Chaos Witch Essence Drain sort of thing to begin with, and it reminded me how much I loved the Essence Drain playstyle. So if you've missed it, I did make a Demon Form Essence Drain quite a long time ago now. And Essence Drain in Path of Exile with Contagion, I think, is one of the most satisfying and coolest looking skills and combos out there. And I think it's a very good starter still. I don't know how well it's going to go as far as like, um, high-end bossing and mapping and stuff. I think mapping it should be pretty good always, but the single target was always kind of going to be its issue, and probably still will be. But Demon Form, I think, looks like it should embrace a bit more change with the extra weapon availability and stuff. So it might end up still being good without having the necessary jank that we had to use before to get up to like 100 stacks of Demon Form. Maybe it'll be a lot simpler. Or I actually just did want to try out at Essence Drain without any Demon Form whatsoever as well, because it looks like it should be good enough just to really enjoy some mapping with and not have to worry about demon form stacks. So the chains on Essence Drain are just super juicy, and you can get this started throughout the campaign, and it feels pretty damn good up to like level 20 that I already tried out a couple days ago. I think it's super tempting to just go in and try this stuff again, but at the same time, I want to do something new. So if you're looking for something a bit more reliable, I do think Essence Drain is one of the nicer things, and it's probably not fully baked. Like, it should be a good starter build. So of those three, I'd be, leaning towards Unarmed Monk because I want to really experience that hand-to-hand fast combat sort of playstyle. But I do want to go over some of the other builds that I've played in the past that I thought felt really good and really worth playing. So I'm just going to kind of, do this real scuffedly and just go over some of my videos and stuff. To begin with, I did do the monk, and yeah, pretty much anything monk with the charged staff action should feel pretty damn good. Like, you're going to be just using all kinds of skills, cold, lightning, whatever you want, charge staff, and yeah, there's lots of different ways to build it as well. It can be flat damage, it can be scaled off of fizz, it can be scaled off of certain unique items. It's pretty damn good. It just takes a little while to get off the ground, so bear that in mind that early on I don't think it feels amazing, but once you start comboing certain attacks and certain skills together, then it starts to get really juicy and really fun. So, of course, Monk and Quarterstaffs and hopefully Unarmed is going to be really good. One of the things I tried after that was like the wind skills from Staff as well on Witch Hunter. And with that, I actually really liked the Witch Hunter Ascendancy. Like, the Ascendancy itself was good. It felt pretty damn good for the pops and for the things that the Ascendancy brought to the table. And nowadays, there's going to be even juicier Witch Hunter stuff because you can actually spec. I don't know what's going on here. You can actually spec like potentially two entire passive trees for your weapon skills, weapon swap and stuff. So I don't really like the idea of having to do that. Like, it sounds very good. I just don't want to have to make like two separate builds in one because I'm pretty lazy. But the end result should be very disgusting. And as you can see, these big white circle pops, that's the current explosions that Witch Hunter has. It felt pretty damn good. Like, it's a good ascendancy. It's just nothing mind-blowing. That said, though, with the two skill passive tree things with the weapon swaps, it might be very good. I use the wind skills and the more physical side of Quarterstaffs. That wasn't very good, and the changes to that I don't think are going to be super amazing. So probably still not going to be great, but we'll see how that unfolds. That said, Witch Hunter I think is looking like a pretty good ascendancy. Like I said, I then did the Demon Form with Essence Drain. Both Demon Form and Essence Drain were really good, really cool, and can highly recommend that stuff. Spiral Volley with a Chonk is what I played for my sort of ranged experiment. And this is when we discovered that Herald of Ice with the Herald of Ice sort of ring was just super good for clear, super juicy. And Spiral Volley, I think, is still going to be pretty damn insane. Of course, with a Deadeye, it'll be much faster. Of course, as a Chonk, it might be a bit weirder. But I think it's versatile once again. Invoker will be good. Chonk, Witch Hunter, Tactician, all this stuff should be pretty damn good, and especially Deadeye. And Spiral Volley itself was just a disgusting skill for clear. You then have to fix single target somehow, which probably can be done with Snipe and various other damaging things. So that was disgusting. I then tried the Flask throw situation, the Lightning Flask throw in particular, because everyone was playing certain other ones. And this has taken a hit to its like sort of scaling, because we were kind of doing dumb quiver style scaling before. And I'm not sure you can do that anymore. And in general, with the changes that they put out, it's looking kind of weird. I think it was, yeah, around here. It's looking kind of weird. This one's a real X factor. I don't know if you should be jumping into one of these. The end result was that it was a pretty damn powerful build for single target. The clear wasn't amazing, but there are plenty of different flask throw abilities to use here, and some of them I think will probably still be good, like maybe the poisonous conch. Who knows? Overall, it's a bit of a weird one, bit of an X factor. I didn't love the flask throwing in this. It was just a bit all over the place. I then did try Thorns, and this is really early on, before Thorns had too much proper support. And it was fairly cool. Thorns already had some sort of potential like on day one, like 8 months ago. But that said, it got a lot better when I tried it the second time around when they added some real support to it. We're talking like, I don't know, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, wherever Thorns was on this list. And it got a lot better. So Thorns got a lot better after trying that out with the new support gems and stuff, because you could actually apply your own Thorns damage to enemies. That's the one there. And it's probably getting even better once again. They're changing some stuff up. There's going to be like new unique. There's going to be some probably different stuff on the passive tree, I would guess, because it seems like they're trying to give Thorns some actual support and love. And in general, it's also kind of flexible. I think you should be able to do Thorns as several different ascendancies. And I am close to getting baited into trying some mana stack Thorns thanks to the new unique. But I'm not sure I should. So maybe as a second character, something like that. Overall, I still love Thorns in PoE 2 and in most games that I can actually use it on. But it has its problems, and it's probably going to have its problems on day one because you absolutely need certain uniques, you absolutely need certain interactions before it's actually good. So as a first character, it might be rough. As a second character, it should be fun, and there should be lots to discover there. So following on from that, I did try some cast on crit stuff. This one was real experimental. I wasn't really sure what I was doing with it because the whole cast on crit system in PoE 2 is a little bit weird with the way you generate energy and stuff. And it's super heavy on mana. We'll have to wait and see what the mana costs are going to be like after this future patch coming up, but hopefully there's a few good things coming, and one of the things on the Invoker, the Elemental Expression as well, is getting some damage buffs, so I think in general it should be a bit more viable. Still mana costs are going to be heavy, still the proc rates and stuff are going to be weird, but there's definitely potential for cast on crit. I just wouldn't, feel confident jumping in and trying that to begin with. But yeah, it's looking okay. I then did do Molten Blast, and this was pretty much my first attempt at anything mace-based. And I think I did it as a Stormweaver, dual wielding, going into like lightning and shock, and it was pretty hipster version of this type of a skill. It was actually super good and one of my favorite characters of PoE 2 thus far. This time around, they're going to change so it's not like moving forward continuously, I think, whenever you're attacking, which means that your single target should be lined up a lot easier with this skill. And it should be a very disgustingly good skill post the patch coming out. So Molten Blast as maces, dual wield, Deadeye, invokers, probably Chonk, all kinds of things. I think it's going to be pretty versatile, and it should be a very good skill that I'm looking forward to getting back into eventually. If it doesn't have like the move forward like it previously did, then yeah, when you scale a shitload of attack speed, you might not be moving forward as fast as before, but it might still, have pretty damn good clear speed either way. I'm excited to try that one. I think Molten Blast is really good. I tried Bone Skills on Blood Mage. I didn't love it. It worked, but I didn't love it. Crossbows in general were really good, and you can do damn near anything with them, I think. They have a cool system. They have cool play styles, and it felt, as I said in my video, fairly complete system. Like it felt like it was fairly well thought out, and wasn't missing much. You just needed to pick what you wanted to do, scale it well, and then it worked fairly well. It had a lot of fun sort of interactions between the skills, and I didn't really do much with the grenades, I don't think, but for the rest of the skills, it was pretty damn good. It should be okay as a starter for most crossbow sort of things, but I think it feels a lot better once you've got a few little uniques and damage things to scale early on. So I personally don't think I would do crossbow to begin with, but it's pretty damn good. And then I went with an Incinerate Chronomancer. Now, Incinerate ended up being very surprisingly fun, and I did not expect it to be as cool as it was. With the way I built it, I just tried to make sure everything around me was super slowed down, and then we'd melt stuff as we're just walking around. And it made me think I could also do that with a Pathfinder, where we'd move around a lot faster while burning everything. And that was my second attempt much later on, which would have been here, and it was also Ignite with Flame Blast and stuff. Or was this Flame Cascade? I think that's Flame Cascade. the Incinerate Pathfinder over here. Um, this was a super fun active playstyle where we just move around in the end pretty damn fast and burn everything in our way, and then also use Flame Blast to do bigger ignites. The Ignite archetype in general was still a little bit undercooked, I think, so your damage definitely had a ceiling. Couldn't, like blast endgame bosses super fast, but with the right gear and stuff, it did okay. So in general, it was just a nice, fun mapper. And maybe this time around it'll be even better. We'll see how things go on the new passive tree, especially. Might have more Ignite support. And Ignite itself is getting some kind of a rework for like flammability stacking and the way you do Ignite, so that's all going to be a bit weird as well. In general, though, this is one of my favorite characters and playstyles as well, Incinerate and moving around while burning everything. So that was more or less, I think, the end of the first part of PoE 2 when it first came out. When we came back into it, I did try the spears, and there was some good stuff, there was some bad stuff, but everyone basically ended up landing on Lightning Spear once some changes came in and everyone started playing Lightning Spear. Beyond that, I didn't really mess with spears too much, and I think the tornadoes is what I did for the most part, which had its pros and cons. That's not the actual thing. It would have been around here, like I was doing the tornado twister whirlwind sort of build, which at the time was bugged, but even post bug, it still worked out pretty well, and it was a very strong build. The problem is, it wasn't super fun to actually pilot and play because, as you can see, you've got like this setup of like several whirlwind things into the tornadoes, and it was just weird. Like it worked pretty well still, but it was not the most fun thing to constantly have to like do this sort of rotation. So I think it's still going to be pretty damn good, and I think it's gotten better with like some of the changes they just put in. But at the same time, I'm not sure it's going to be super fun to play. So spears for me was still a bit neither here nor there. I'm probably going to have to give it another shot at some point and see how it goes. But lightning spear, by the looks of it, is still going to be very like S tier for clear and all that. So then I did Thorns, very good. Fire spells, the Ignite, very good. And that was more or less where we left off. Siege, Cascade, Tactician, tried that stuff out as well. Once again, this is more the grenade style crossbowing thing, and Siege Cascade was very good from what I remember. It's hard to remember all my characters at this point, but this one basically gave you an extra grenade or projectile per thing on your screen, and with the right gear, it ended up being pretty damn fun and strong. But it wasn't my favorite playstyle either. There's a bit of a delay to it. There's a bit of weirdness with like grenade skills and stuff. With the new cannons, I think it'll be pretty cool. I think a lot of people are going for that. So I'm excited to see how that works for people and, how fun that might be. But I'm probably not going to be leading the charge on that one. So it's just a bit neither here nor there, right? Otherwise, yeah, Incinerate, really good. And then that's pretty much it. So that's all I wanted to say about builds and, cataloging my history of how things went. A lot of ascendancies are getting kind of, shook up a little. Some aren't really getting too much. I think it's largely going to be about the passive tree and the changes that happen there. Because, yeah, currently there's a lot of travel in some areas. Currently, some areas don't have very juicy nodes. And sometimes we're just like repeating the same passive trees going towards the monk area, etc. So I think some of the changes have potential to really shake things up for how you build your character and how much power there is for certain archetypes based off of what they're going to give us with the passive tree. It's less about the ascendancy stuff in my mind anyway. But yeah, there's definitely some really cool stuff coming. There's going to be some pretty busted builds out there, I think, based off of some content creators and stuff. And I'm pretty excited to get into it. I will probably be doing Unarmed Chonk. I will probably try and cosplay something related to that, maybe. But I've got some scuffed ideas, and I'm still putting stuff, mentally together because I don't think any of my current ideas are going to be crazy and hard to put together. But in the end, maybe I'll do 2 or 3 cosplays 2 or 3 days in a row. So we'll see how that goes. Just some small stuff. So yeah, not much else to say. I wish everyone the best of luck in PoE's 0.30. I'm going to be doing the Stalling podcast very soon with Ziz Steel, and Quinn. And then there's going to be like Twitch drops and gifted subs and all this madness. There's plenty of free cosmetics out there with the new launch. So check those out, support a streamer or just watch some streams and you'll get some free shit too. In general, I think it's going to be a pretty crazy league with the new trade stuff, with basically the whole game being rediscovered once again. So I'm pretty excited for all that, and hopefully we can all survive the launch weekend with the servers not being too on fire. But yep, Unarmed Monks rise up, and then let's see how the Stormweaver stuff goes. I wish those people luck too. And yeah, hope everyone has a good time with whatever they pick. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.